Finding a good horror movie is just as hard as watching one. Today, I've brought you two must-watch horror films. If you're in the mood to enjoy yourself and watch something thrilling, let's dive right into the video. The film begins with a typical American family. The Hills Have Eyes. Retired police officer Bob Carter, his wife Ethel, their daughters Lynn and Brenda, their young son Bobby, Lynn's husband Doug, and the couple's baby set out on a road trip to California. They're also traveling with their two dogs. At first, the journey seems ordinary, but everything changes when they stop at a rundown gas station in the middle of a desolate desert. The old attendant there subtly suggests they take a certain route, a dangerous path. The Carter family follows this advice, unaware that they're being deliberately led into a trap. Because they're not alone in this desert. Years ago, the US government conducted nuclear tests in the area, devastating the lives of the miners who lived there. These people were abandoned, left to suffer from the effects of radiation, which twisted them genetically over time. Over generations, they evolved into a violent, savage community, surviving by hunting anyone who crosses their path. Now, the Carter family has become their new prey. As night falls, strange and unsettling sounds surround the family's trailer. Soon after, the mutants strike. Chaos erupts, and the Carter family is brutally torn apart. The survivors are left in deep shock, traumatized by the violence and loss. But at this point, the story shifts. The remaining family members are no longer just victims. Doug, who starts out as an ordinary, timid man, slowly transforms into a ruthless fighter, determined to protect what's left of his family. In the final scenes, the audience comes to a chilling realization. The line between the so-called monsters, the mutants, and the seemingly normal Carter family begins to blur. In the desperate fight for survival, everyone is forced to reveal their darkest side. Definitely a must-watch! Our next horror film is La Meute, a movie that starts off quietly, but grows stranger and more unsettling as it unfolds. The story begins with a young woman named Charlotte, who is traveling alone. Charlotte is rebellious, independent, and a bit of a free spirit. While driving down a remote road, she notices a mysterious hitchhiker named Max standing alone by the roadside. She decides to give him a ride, which at first seems like a simple act of kindness. Max is quiet and doesn't talk much, but there's something unsettling about him. A strange vibe that Charlotte can't quite put her finger on. As they travel together, they decide to stop at a bar along the way. This bar is an old, run-down place hidden in a remote corner of the countryside, frequented by some very odd locals. At first, Charlotte sees it as just a quick pit stop, but soon she starts to feel uneasy. The bar's owner, an older woman named Mary, approaches Charlotte with a cold, threatening demeanor. And then, everything suddenly changes. It's revealed that Max wasn't just a random hitchhiker. He had been waiting there intentionally, to lure Charlotte into a trap. Max and Mary attack her, knock her unconscious, and lock her up in the bar's basement. Down in the basement, Charlotte wakes to find herself chained in a bizarre, horrifying setting filled with strange, disturbing objects. As she struggles to escape, she discovers the horrifying truth. Mary controls a monstrous brood she calls the Herd. These grotesque creatures, somewhere between zombies and humans, emerge from beneath the earth to hunt and devour people. As the film builds to its climax, Charlotte fights desperately to escape, forced to face not only the twisted humans, but also these terrifying underground creatures. I definitely recommend watching this one. And after you do, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you, and have a great night.